tool. It's a good idea to get in as close as you can so you can really see what you're doing. I'm going to turn off the snap to pixel option so that I have better control of my pen. Let's make sure that our fill is at none and our stroke is, let's make our stroke black. This is temporary so we can see what we're doing. Again, zoom in if you need to. And then let's just start drawing. We're tracing over our image. All right, we've got a very thick line here, so let's go like 0.25 and then start again. All right, so I've got a little blip at the end. So I'll go to my direct selection tool and drag this handle, move it so that it looks a little bit better. Okay, we're going to fill this with a gradient, so let's make sure that the fill swatch is active by clicking on it. Double click the gradient tool. Now we're going to choose linear for the type, and if in your gradient tool you still had the extra gradient slider and these colors are different, they're the same colors as the cheese, that's okay. We can get rid of this central gradient slider by clicking it and choosing the trash can. And then whatever colors that these little tabs happen to be, you can just double click and then you're going to choose Web Safe RGB and then just type in the color code that's been given. All right, and let's change the angle of this blend to 45 degrees. And let's just modify this little contextual slider here so that we have more of a obvious difference between the darker red below and the lighter red on top. All right, so now let's go to the selection tool. Make sure the shape is still selected. Go to Effect, Stylize, Drop Shadow, and then I'm just using the settings that are given in the tutorial, so you would do the same. We can also use the preview to see how this looks. Modify the color. All right, so we can get a sense of what our pepper is starting to look like. One thing we want to make sure we do is to remove this stroke. We don't want a black stroke on our pepper, so let's just choose none. Okay, next thing we're going to do is draw our stem. So we're just going to use the pen tool again. Let's make sure, just for the purposes of drawing, we're going to have fill at none and stroke on black so we can easily see what we're doing. Let's make the stroke 1/4 point, go to the pen tool, and we're going to start below this edge so that when we move the stem object to the back or behind the pepper, it's just going to get blocked out. So we don't end up with some sort of a gap between the stem and the pepper. And again, I'm just using this JPEG image as a template or guide to trace my own drawing. All right, make sure you close your shape. Let's make sure that our stroke is at none. Make sure fill is active. Double click the gradient tool. Choose linear. Let's double click the left-hand swatch. Make sure we're at web safe RGB. Type in the color code that's given. Click the other one, type in the color code that's given for that. All right, the angle should be 45 again. And that looks about right. I don't think we need to do any adjustments. Maybe I'll drag this right-hand swatch all the way over. Okay, so now we're going to bring the pepper, the red part of the pepper, to the front so that it covers over this little overlap. So I selected it. I'm going to right-click, choose Arrange and Bring to Front. All right, so our pepper is starting to look like something. Okay, so we're going to put a highlight shape on our pepper. Make sure that your pepper object or stem object are not selected. You don't want those active. And let's make sure that just for the purposes of drawing so we can see what we're doing, let's make sure the stroke is on black, the fill is on none. Let's set the stroke to 0.25. Go to the pen tool, and we're just going to draw a shape. And I'm, again, following the tutorial, using the illustration in the tutorial as an example of what I should be doing. So basically we're making a highlight on our pepper. So we should have a shape that looks something like this. Make sure you close it. All right, let's take the black stroke off, make it none, choose the fill, and select white. Let's go to Effect, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Choose Preview. And according to the tutorial, we have 5.3 pixels. You know, again, that might be a little bit diffuse. Maybe we want to make ours a little bit less than that. All right, zoom out if you need to. All right, so maybe this is a little bit too intense. Let's click on that and choose our gradient again. Go to the transparent tab. For the blend mode, choose screen. And for the opacity, let's make that 40%. All right, that looks better. Okay, so now might be a good time to save. Let's go ahead and File, Save. Now, we don't need this original chili pepper drawing, so remember that our image, remember that we have an image on a layer below that we were using as a template. Let's go ahead and just drag that to the trash. Now we have our chili pepper drawing. Let's click and drag to select all the objects and let's group it. So right click, choose group.